Do your vocals sound buried in the beat and for some reason you just can't get a professional mix? Well, today I'm going to help you fix that. So today I'm going to be working with this 2-track beat. I just freestyled some vocals right here. I also freestyled a little hook, and that's what we're going to be using today for the tutorial. And so first thing you always want to do is make sure your gain staging is correct. So what I like to do is set my gain and record my vocals. Then I load up this level meter here on Logic, and I just make sure that the levels are, not clipping. So let's see, I like to aim for around -9, -10 max on my peaks. So let's just check and let's see if I'm doing that. I've been thinking about it for so long, trying to find the time to put my face up in your phone. Feel the vibrations when you go and call my phone. Let's find the right place that we can go and do some wrong. Let's do some wrong now. Let's do some wrong. All right, so those levels look healthy. That's all good. And if for some reason you recorded too hot, then you know what to do. Turn down the gain, re-record until you're getting the levels that you want. Next step, I'm gonna load an EQ. I'm just gonna roll off that low end first just to clean up the vocal. I've been thinking about it for so long, trying to find the time to put my face up in your phone. Feel the vibrations when you go and call my phone. Let's find the right place that we can go and do some wrong. Let's do some wrong now. All right, I'm gonna remove some mud next. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click this band right here and I'm gonna move it up. I'm gonna lower the Q so I can get the frequencies dialed in a little bit more. Basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna search around and I'm just gonna find the mud of the vocal and I'm just gonna reduce that subtly. Not so much that it kills the life, but just to clean it up a little bit. I've been thinking about it for so long, trying to find the time to put my face up in your phone. Feel the vibrations when you... Now that I cleaned up the mud, I'm gonna boost some of the high end just to give the vocals some shine. I've been thinking about it for so long, trying to find the time to put my face up in your phone. Feel the vibrations when you go and call my phone. Let's find the right place that we can go and do some wrong. Let's do some wrong now. That sounds pretty good. Next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a compressor and I'm gonna try to level out the performance. Turn the auto gain off. I'm gonna go over here, I'm gonna set the ratio. I like to use a 4:1 ratio. I'm gonna do a little bit fast attack. Somewhat fast release. And now I'm just gonna lower the threshold to get around 3 to 6 dBs of gain reduction. I've been thinking about it for so long, trying to find the time to put my face up in your phone. Feel the vibrations when you go and call my phone. Let's find the right place that we can go and do some wrong. Let's do some wrong now. Let's do some wrong. Turn me on now. So let's see before and after. I've been thinking about it for so long, trying to find the time to put my face up in your phone. I've been thinking about it for so long, trying to find the time to put my face up in your phone. Now you can hear the volume decrease a little bit, so I'm gonna make up for that in the makeup gain. I've been thinking about it for so long, trying to find the time to put my face up in your phone. Feel the vibrations when you go and call my phone. Let's find the right place. Sounds alright. Next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna load up a de-esser and I'm gonna tame some of that sibilance. Now what you wanna do is listen, solo the vocal. Listen for where the frequency is cutting through and you can hear the sss. Let's find the right place that we can go and do some wrong. Let's do some wrong now. Let's do some wrong. You turn me on now. You turn me on. Let's do some wrong now. Let's do some wrong. You turn me on now. You turn me on. I've been thinking about it for so long, trying to find the time to put my face up in your thong. You feel the vibrations when you go and call my phone. Let's find the right place that we can go and do some wrong. Next thing I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna add some delay to the vocal. I'm gonna go down here and I'm gonna create a bus and I'm gonna send this to its own bus. We're gonna call this delay. I'm gonna do stereo delay. Now what I like to do is load up an 1/8 delay. Where you at? Right here. Yep, 1/8. Gonna cut a little bit of the low end. We're also gonna add an EQ on this, but I just like to do that. Feedback, you don't want too much feedback. I like to keep it in the 10 to 20 range on both sides. And I'm gonna do this 10% cross feed. It's gonna cause the delays to kind of mix into the main signal and sound pretty cool. And you want one side of the delay to have some deviation, so let's put it at 2. Now what we're gonna do is turn this up. I've been thinking about it for so long, trying to find the time to put my face in your dome. It feels the vibrations when you go. All right, now what we're gonna do is put this down a little bit. We're gonna throw an EQ on here. Now we're just gonna cut the low end out. I've been thinking about it for so long, trying to find the time to put my face in your dome. So gonna do the same thing over here. I've been thinking about it for so long, trying to find the time to put my face in your dome. All right, next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna load a compressor, and we're gonna side chain that to our main vocal. Sidechain right here. Kind of turn the frequency to the range of the pocket of the vocal. Turn the gain off just like we did before. Turn the auto release off, we don't need that. Now we want everything to be subtle here, so medium. Kind of like a medium attack too. And we're just gonna duck the delay when the main words are hitting just to give a cleaner sound. So we're gonna use the threshold to control that. I've been thinking about it for so long, trying to find the time to put my face up in your dome. It feels the vibe. All right, now that we have that, we're gonna blend the fader in a subtle amount. I've been thinking about it for so long, trying to find the time to put my face up in your dome. It feels the vibrations when you go and call my phone. All right, now it's time to mix the doubles. So we're gonna do a similar thing, but slightly different. First up, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna load the EQ, just like I did before. And I'm gonna cut the low end just like I did before, but we're gonna cut a little bit more this time. The right place that we can go and do some wrong. Let's do some wrong now. Let's do some wrong. You turn me on now. You turn me on. Let's do some wrong now. Let's do some wrong. You turn me on now. The reason we want to cut more is because we want to get rid of some of the buildup of the mud on the doubles so it doesn't clash with our lead. The right place that we can go and do some wrong. Let's do some wrong now. Let's do some wrong. You turn me on now. You turn me on. Let's do some wrong now. We don't really want to boost our doubles high end because we just want our lead to shine through. We want the doubles just to be like extra meat you add to the main performance. So that's good. Now we're going to compress that. Same thing. You could be a little bit more aggressive with the doubles just to create more of like a brick wall, just to thicken up the whole body of the performance. So we could do a little bit faster attack, a little bit faster release, and then a little bit stronger threshold. The right place that we can go and do some wrong. Let's do some wrong now. Let's do some wrong. You turn me on now. You turn me on. We're gonna do the same thing on the next one as well. Call my phone. Let's find the right place that we can go and do some wrong. Let's do some wrong now. Let's do some wrong. Vibrations when you go and call my phone. Let's find the right place that we can go and do some wrong. Let's do some wrong now. Let's do some wrong. You turn me on now. You turn me on. Let's do some wrong now. Let's do some wrong. You turn me on now. And that's exactly how I mix my vocals on Logic Pro using only stock plugins. These simple little tricks really make your tracks hit harder. If this helped, make sure you hit subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.